Mr. Rowe, state your name for the record, please.
Miles Rowe.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for sentencing. I did review the probation recommendation with Mr. Rowe. We do ask that you adopt the bulk of the recommendation, with the exception of the 5 days in jail. On behalf of Mr. Rowe, we are asking that the court either strike that recommendation or hold the 5 days in abeyance. Obviously, while Mr. Rowe is on probation, he will have the whole 93 days kind of hanging over his head if he were to violate his probation. He does understand that and is ready to complete this term. Regarding the 5 days, he did let me know a couple reasons why this would have a negative impact on his life circumstances right now. He is working a temporary job, or he's working a job where he's a temp. He's in his probationary period, basically. He's just a few weeks away from those 90 days where then he will be made a full-time employee. He doesn't have any time off or any sick or vacation days that he can take for the next couple of days. So he's very worried that he will lose his job if he were to be remanded. Additionally, he does have 2 children, a 16-year-old and a 4-year-old. He told me his 4-year-old will be with him full-time this weekend. The child's mother is going on vacation, so he is the primary caregiver for the next couple of days. So obviously does not want to be away from his child. He is also helps care for his family. His father just had back surgery. They own a farm up north, so he assists with that farm.
Down here too.
Two farms, okay.
Yeah.
So he assists with that farm, especially given his father's medical conditions, helping with run the farm and helping his father through this medical situation. His girlfriend is here as a support system. His family is very supportive of his sobriety. He even mentioned that his sister's going to school for drug counseling, and she's supportive of his sobriety. We've had multiple conversations over the last couple of weeks. He, I think, is very ready to be sober. He's talked to me multiple times about how this has basically changed his life. He appreciates the tether keeping him accountable. He says he's willing to wear it for as long as the court wants because he appreciates the changes that being sober has made in his life. He did do as an assessment. The assessment says he's low risk for consumption because he also demonstrated to the assessor that he's ready to change his life conditions and is really on a good path. We also did talk lastly about the fines and costs. He believes he can post at least $400 today.
So anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
I mean, I could pay the whole thing in full today if I don't have to do the 5 days. If I have to do the 5 days.
Does this look like a negotiation to you?
No.
Go ahead. You can tell me anything else you want.
I mean, I'm just afraid of losing my job, so I wouldn't be able to pay.
Well, then you should have thought about that before you tampered with our device.
I didn't do a tamper with it, but I don't, as I did, so it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. I was just working.
Go ahead, sir. Anything else you want to tell me?
Other than the fact that being sober is about the best thing that I've had happen to me in about 10 years. So I appreciate it and I take full responsibility for my action and hate that it happened. And I want to move forward and just move on with my life and take care of my family and not lose my house and keep everything going.
The court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute. However, it does believe there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. The alcohol screening and assessment identifies the benefit of outpatient treatment, driver's intervention class, and abstinence from all intoxicants. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation for a probationary sentence with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, monitor compliance, and recommended treatment. Therefore, the sentence of the court, you're placed on probation for a 12-month period in time. You're to pay $855 fines and court costs, $100 prosecution recovery cost, $100 police agency recovery costs, and $360 probation oversight fees. You pay $400 today. How are you going to pay the balance?
I can do a payment plan for whatever.
A payment plan is directed by probation. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or illegal substances. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete outpatient treatment, including all recommended aftercare with status reports to probation. You are to provide proof of victims' impact panel attendance to probation. The scram tether will continue until proof of treatment is received by probation. So with reference to the jail time, and why I'm clearly indicating that this is not it's not a negotiation of fines and costs. You were 0.224 and there was a crash of the vehicle that very well could have been a crash that took somebody out.
I know.
So, well, you can know it, but I don't know that you appreciate it. You're not in a position to negotiate. Then when I put you on the scram tether, I all of a sudden get a notification of a tamper with it. And through the tamper, it still suggests that there was alcohol. And you're telling me you didn't do it, but
I was running a chainsaw with the fumed ethanol gas in it. I mean, that's just the only thing I can say. That's all I can say.
There's not a chainsaw in the world that's going to set that thing off.
I mean,
93 days in jail, credit 1 day served. Defendant will serve an additional 5 days in jail due to the bond violation, and then the balance will be suspended. Defendant's remand.